Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Texas 50 Garden. My name is Jared. In this episode, we'll be talking about okra, how to plant okra. Okra is a warm season vegetable, so it's going to need temperatures anywhere between 75 to 90 degrees is the ideal temperatures that you're going to be growing this in. And it takes 2 months for it to set on the actual okra pods. So from 2 months to 4 months is going to be the ideal time to harvest your okra. You just harvest it as it grows. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you how to plant this. So the first thing to think about when we're planting our okra is how deep it's going to be. And okra is going to be a 1/2 inch. So here's a tape measure, 1 inch. So 1/2 inch deep. I like to use an instrument usually and put some kind of tape on the end of it to mark it. And so I put this painter's tape on here, and it's approximately, it's not perfect, but about 1/2 inch. So when I go to put my seeds, make my holes, I'm going to go ahead and put it in there till that top of that blue line there. And this year I'm planting seed that I had collected from last year. I've got green okra and burgundy okra. So the first thing we're going to do when planting our okra is to go ahead and put 2 to 3 seeds every square foot. So in the middle of every square foot. So each of these lines, if you can see them, is a foot along, and this is a foot along here. So each of these is a square foot. So in each one of these, I want 2 to 3 okra right in the middle. And that way, I put 2 to 3 because if one of them doesn't come up, then the other one will be good. If they all come up, then I can just pick the best one, and I can either transplant or chop the other ones off. Okay, so this. Now I like to make all my holes and then put the seeds in, and not cover them till the very end, because if you start covering up your seeds as you're going along, you're going to forget which one you've covered and which one you haven't, and sometimes you can dig up a seed that you've already planted. So plant all the seeds. This is what I like to do. Put all the seeds in. You can see them all, and then cover them up. So once we put all our seeds in, we're going to go ahead and cover them up just real gently, like that. So once we've got all our seeds in the ground and covered up, we want to make sure we go ahead and water it really good. And keep it watered until we see the okra start to sprout. We want to water it really good though, so we get a good germination. You don't want to water like hard. You want a light mist like this so it doesn't push the soil around. After I'm done watering, I like to go ahead and put a netting on to keep the squirrels, the birds, and the cats out. The cats love to use something like this as a litter box, so it's good to put a netting on there. So it's been about 2 weeks since I planted the okra, and so here's what it looks like. I planted this half was green okra and this was burgundy okra, so the green okra came up really good. The burgundy okra did not come up as good, and so some of these in the square foot I have 2 plants that came up. So what I'm going to do is, like right here I don't have any plants that came up at all. I'm going to take one and then transplant it into that area. So I'm going to have 1 okra in each square foot here. So I'm going to have more green okra than burgundy, obviously. So when we're transplanting our okras, I'm going to take one of them. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and choose this one, and I'm going to move it right here. And the main thing is you don't want to mess up the root system. So you're going to take your trowel and make a little trench around it. Make it a little deep, and you want to make sure you have a hole that you're going to put it in too. So right in the middle of the square foot, I'm going to make this hole so I can put it in there. Okay. All right. easily transplant it over there. Cover back up. And then as soon as you do that, you want to make sure you go ahead and water it. And you usually want to do this in the evening. You don't want to do it in the heat of the day because it'll really stress the plants out. So that's why I'm doing it in the evening. So once we've transplanted it, we want to make sure we water it. And make sure you keep it watered for the next few days really good because we don't want it to die. It'll stress it out if it's not getting enough water. So there you have it, guys. That's how you plant okra. At least that's the way I plant okra. And then after about 2 months, you should start getting these the pods to come on, and you can harvest those for any kind of dishes, meals that you want to make. And it'll usually continue producing until about 4 months after you've planted the okra. By that time, usually it gets too cold and it'll stop producing, or it'll just stop producing in general. So hopefully this was helpful for y'all, and until next time, God bless and have a good day.